Think about the roughest time that you had in your life and how hard it was to get through that thing. And you thought you were never going to get through it, but God brought you through that. You got to kind of focus on the things which God kind of brought you through, and that will help you to get through the next test and the next trial, you know. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Also hit the notification bell, which is on the side of the subscribe button. And last but not least, leave a comment in the comment section down below. But without further ado, you guys, let's get straight into this video. I know it's super challenging, I will say, to be a single parent and to take care of the household all by yourself and to have the full weight of the world on your shoulders. I know that how extremely hard that is, especially during these times with COVID. Some parents are not able to work, kids being at home all day, you know, not going to school and things like that. And I know that it can be super challenging. I'm gonna be honest and completely transparent. A lot of times as a single mother, as a single parent in general, you have to put a lot of your dreams, a lot of your goals on hold for your children, because when you decided to be a parent, you realize that your children come first in everything, you know. And sometimes that causes us to have to dial back, and it could be just little things, you know what I mean? Like if your kids, like my daughter is forever growing. I was just helping her pick out an outfit, and her pants, you know, like her legs is long, she's gonna be really tall, so it's like she's forever growing. They're forever growing out of their shoes and this and that. So you can think like, oh well, I have this money aside for this or that, but then you're somehow in there, your kid comes up with a need, you know. And as children, our children think of us as superheroes, you know, whether you're a single mom or a single dad, our children think of us as superheroes. So they feel as though that, you know, we have everything all under control and we have everything together and things like that. And I know for me, I am a single parent, but my trust is to rely on the Lord, especially during these times. I'm gonna be completely honest. I am out of work and I want to work really bad. The dilemma with that is that I don't have childcare, you know, and childcare definitely costs, and it definitely costs even more because first of all, I have an 11-year-old, you know what I mean? As well as a 7-year-old. So they're not really like little babies or toddlers. And yeah, so basically childcare costs, and I just cannot afford childcare right now at the time. And it's super discouraging because as a parent that really wants to work, you know, like I really am ready to work. I'm just having to find things around that versus when I started my own lash business. And as well as doing YouTube, because I do get paid for doing YouTube, probably not as much as I would like, but that is something, you know. And my frustration comes when I have all these bills and I'm not able to work because I live I had to move to a whole town and like start completely all the way over and be in a place where there is no family, no friends, nothing around to actually pitch in and help, you know. And it's frustrating because sometimes, I'm not gonna even lie, I think about like, man, I could just take a night shift and go, like wait till the kids are knocked out and then, you know, go to work. But on the back of my head and in the back of my conscience, I would, you know, my kids are too young for me to leave them home alone like that. And in the back of my head, I wouldn't feel comfortable because there's so many things that happen, accidents happen, things happen, you know, like, so I wouldn't want that to be the case. So with that, I have to rely completely on the Lord, you know. And it does get trying because when your kids are asking you for certain things, or even when you're trying to do certain things for yourself, like within your business, but then you have like all of these bills and they're piling up. You got rent, you got PG&E, you got cable, you got car insurance, you got all this stuff you have to pay for food, this, that, and the third, you know, toiletries, you know, housing, cleaning supplies, like things to keep up with the house and stuff like that, you know. It just it tends to get super overwhelming at times, and that's kind of where I've been, in a place of like I'm super overwhelmed, and knowing that I have to put my trust and my strength and my and rely on God. But I know that the word says faith without works is dead. And if when the Bible is telling me a man that doesn't work doesn't eat, but then it's like I'm in a position to where it's impossible for me to go to work right now at this moment, and I don't really know what God is asking me or telling me to do during this time. It could be him giving me my push to really be my own business owner and not to rely on working for man, because I know that when you get caught up in that, you tend to put that in the forefront. And it's really a blessing that I'm able to be at home with my children, that my bills are taken care of, that each and every bill is paid for. We may not have the things that we want, or want to give our children, or want to give for ourselves, or things that we may want to do. Like, I really was supposed to buy a new camera, a brand new camera, like a month or 2 months ago, and something came up to where I had to pay this debt in order, and it is a good thing, because it obviously that's going to be taken off of my credit. And maybe God is just setting me up and positioning me to be in a better state, because I'm not going to lie. At first I was super mad, because I'm like, wow, like it was over $1,000. And, I was really like highly upset, because I'm like, man, I'm sitting here and I'm doing everything that I can, and I'm not just sitting around, because I know a lot of people will just sit around and they'll complain like, I don't have this, I don't have that, but they're not getting up and doing anything. But I really have been sitting, like I really been getting to it. Like I started my little business, and that took like a complete break. And I don't know, for whatever reason it slowed down. I cannot tell you guys, but once it slowed down, I wasn't going to fight against it. Like I wasn't going to keep fighting, because I felt myself like, as my business has started to slow down, I felt myself like forcing. And I feel like with God, you don't have to force anything. Things will flow. And I know that things happen, and, things come in to kind of detour you or throw you off your game, or whatever the case may be. But I honestly think that God wanted things to slow down, first of all, because I did not grieve the loss of my mother. As you guys know, the same day I launched my business is the same day that my mom died. So I didn't grieve the loss of my mother, on top of the fact of the matter that as business has started to slow down, like I kind of had started to have a little breakdown, because as a mother, you feel like you need to be doing something at all times, something productive, or something that is going to help your kids' future. Like I'm thinking about, like, when my kids are ready to, maybe if they want to start their own business, like I need to be able to invest in them. Or if they want to come to me and say, hey mom, like I want a car, to get to back and forth to school, or just things. And so it's like, by being a single mother and having the weight of all that on your shoulders, and you have to be the strong one, because at the end of the day, your kids are looking to you as a superhero. They're not looking to you like, wow, mom has these bills, this, that, and the third. As we all know, our kids are forever asking for things, whether they know if you got the money or not. They always somehow just seem to think that you have it. And it's because the way that God continues to provide for you, it seems as though like you are just really like flowing, or overflowing at this time, which I know that will come. There will be a time of complete abundance and overflowing, and so in this time, I had decided to take a step back, since everything has slowed down, and I just told myself I wasn't gonna force anything, not YouTube, not my business, not anything, like I wanted it to flow, because I found myself like trying to make it happen. Like, I'm about to make this happen. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm out here, doing this and that. And it started to be a thing of like, I got it, And I think that that's kind of where God was like, hold on, like your trust is in me. Your hope is in me. don't lose sight of that. Like, I open doors for you, I make a way for you, and it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that like it's a bad thing. It's actually a good thing, because sometimes we could get so caught up that we really lose sight of God and putting him first, and knowing that he is the one who wakes us up every single day. He is the one who continues to give us the strength to even make it to work or to finish school or whatever the case may be. He gives us the mind and the heart to do these things. So without God, we wouldn't be able to do anything. And with that, I was okay with everything slowing down, because I know that mentally, I knew I should have stopped, when my mom passed, but something in there, like, there's something about me that I don't like to face reality. And what I mean by that is, when things are seriously going on, I just keep myself busy to avoid crashing, because I know when I crash, it can be really, really bad. And as you guys have seen, or what I've been telling you guys, like, I've been in a very low point. Like, I'm at the bottom right now. You know what I mean? And I'm hitting the reboot, refocus, reset. That's why I got off of social media, because I need God to give me guidance. I need him to tell me, what direction to go. Because he can open the door. Like, I applied for this childcare, but there's like a waiting list thing. So either if I'm going to go in that field, or if God wants me to make videos, which I don't know, but somehow I just been having a lot of content, but the content isn't forced. It's like my life. It's like my life unfolding. So I guess that's why it's been much easier for me to continue to create content. And I have these videos because this is my real life. This is what I'm going through right now. And I feel like it's so much power in what I go through in my testimony, and how transparent I am. I am willing to allow people to see me at my lowest, because when you get on social media, people are not going to show you that. Or when you see people in person, like, they'll be smiling, and you never know what a person is truly dealing with. People can be on the verge of suicide because they can't provide for their family. Like, there's so many things that people go through on a day-to-day basis that we don't know. So just because you see somebody smiling, or just because you guys see somebody like getting up, and it's because they know that they have to fight. Like, their children are dependent on them, their family, their friends, somebody is dependent on them to fight, to get up. And so, to any mother out there, any father out there, any just person that is just on the verge of giving up, and you feel like everything is just like not going right in your life. You may have lost your job. You may be failing in your school classes. You may just be going through some things. You may be in a financial struggle. You may be in a mental struggle. You may be going through a deep depression. Things happen in life. This time in 2020, we never seen this pandemic coming. There's so many things that's happening that's contributing to a lot of people that are just like, it's pretty disheartening. But the thing about it is, one thing that I do know is, what you can always know is, think about the roughest time that you had in your life and how hard it was to get through that thing. And you thought you were never going to get through it, but God brought you through that. You got to kind of focus on the things which God kind of brought you through, and that will help you to get through the next test and the next trial, because things are going to happen. Tribulation, trials, tests, things happen in this world, because that's just the way this world is set up. But at the end of the day, you just got to keep your faith in God. Don't lose heart. Like, don't throw in the towel so quickly. Sometimes we have to go through things. You ever been through something, and it's like, when you were going through it, you felt like you were literally about to die. And then once you came out of it, it was like, that wasn't so bad. You know what I mean? I used to be like, I'm still super afraid of heights. So I used to, when we go to these amusement parks, everybody used to try to force me to get on these rides, which I didn't want to, because it's like, I am so afraid, you know, like I'm so afraid. And as I used to walk up the stairs to the roller coasters, like you feel your stomach turning, you hear the screams already, and that's kind of giving you anxiety because you're thinking so many different thoughts like, man, what if the thing doesn't click all the way? What if we fall off? What if it gets stuck? All these things, right? That is contributing to your thought process when you're going up the stairs, and you know, and then it's a adrenaline thing like, I'm gonna do it. Like, you know, you have that thing that's in there, that little thing that's like, I'm gonna do it. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. And I used to, you know, like walk up the stairs, and then when you're waiting in line, it's like your stomach is just, you're watching people get on and take off, and it's like, oh my God, your heart is beating, and it's like, oh my gosh, and you're trying to you know, buy time trying to talk to people around you, you know, so that you're not thinking about how scared you are. And then finally, when you get to the front of that line and you know that you're up next, and it's like, oh my God, like I'm freaking out. And then sometimes you get that thing in your stomach, like, I want to turn around, like I'm ready to go. And then your friends, you know, if you got good friends, if you got a good support system, they're like, nah, we're not turning around. You made it this far. You came all the way up. You walked all the way up the stairs. You waited in the line all this time. You finna turn around. You telling me you about to turn around when you did all this? No, like, we right here, you getting on. And then you get on, and you know, they're strapping you up and trying to make sure that you're secure. You sitting there pushing the thing. I used to do that. I used to click that thing because I'm skinny too. So I clicked that thing till I couldn't click it no more. And I'm just sitting there, and then it's like all clear. And you know, as the ride takes off, it's like, you're so scared, especially if you got to go up. It's one of those ones where it's climbing up, and then you're looking down and you're looking around, and it's like, oh my God, this is so scary. But then once the ride gets to going, and it's just going and going and going, and before you know it, you forget about all the fears that you had, everything that you tripped off of. And then at the end of the ride, it's like, that wasn't that bad. You know what I mean? But it's like, you don't want to do it again. You don't want to go around again, but it wasn't that bad. That's basically how our life is, our tests, our trials. You know, it's scary. It's the fear of the unknown, not knowing, like, man, am I going to make it? Like, am I going to be successful? Like, you know, like, can I pay this bill? Am I going to have enough money to make ends meet and stuff like that? But at the end of the day, it's God that's always there, that got that little thing in you, like, don't even trip. Like, don't even trip. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it, sweetheart. And so next thing you know, like, you just let go. You just let go and let that faith take place. And next thing you know, there's doors opening, things are starting to happen. And so that's the place that I'm in. I'm in a place where it's like all or nothing, you know? I got to let go and just let God take his place. So maybe on the verge of wanting to just quit or give up, but don't stick that thing out. Like, just trust God. I know it's a scary ride. It's a scary ride when you don't know, you know, but once you're going through the motions, it's going to be okay. Like, all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and is called according to his purpose. And yeah, so I thank you guys for watching. Please do not forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe for more videos. Until next time, peace.